In October 2014, a group of us from Texas, Oklahoma, and Washington State gathered to drive across the Big Bend region of Texas. Our goal was to keep as much off-road as practical while driving from Big Bend Ranch State Park, along Hen Egg Road north of Terlingua, and through parts of Big Bend National Park. While it would be nice to make this traverse entirely headed across this fascinating region, inspection of maps revealed that we would be doing some driving out, exploring an area, then driving back. We would camp the entire time, depending on our vehicles for not only travel, but living accommodations as well. We would gather at Mohr, Texas, and from there head out towards our first destination on the 311,000 acres of Big Bend Ranch State Park.
Let me try to push some of these out of the way. Just drive the center of it. Yeah, we didn't have that for my Wally too.
My God, it has an outhouse.
And we are arriving at Tres Papalotes.
We set up camp at Tres Papalotes, prepared some dinner, and relaxed for the evening. The next morning we were up bright and early, ready to tackle the trail into the collapsed dome of the El Solitario volcano on the road to nowhere. Due to limited access, we were cautioned to only drive 2 vehicles on the trail.
We're taking the road to nowhere out of Tres Papalotes. So we're looking excitedly towards this. There's supposed to be a lot of exposure on this route. Consequently, Mark is driving.
Yes, I was going to say that as well. Mark has refused to let Ray to drive.
It should be pointed out for the observer in the future that these are the only 2 vehicles headed up there. Isn't it interesting that we chose the 2 Jeeps to make this part of the journey? You have to drive over that. Oh, James, what you stop there for? This is one sharp turn.
I'll watch you on this side. Make sure you'll do everything correct.
Yeah, I think we must be arriving at the turnaround. Nowhere! We are officially nowhere.
We spent a few minutes there at Nowhere, got the requisite hero shot of everyone from the other side of Nowhere, then headed back to Tres Papalotes, where we'd have lunch, break camp, and head for a visit to the Los Alamos homestead.
We left Tres generally out to Sausalito. We've been talking about spending another night here at Big Bend Ranch, modifying our plans a little bit.
We stopped to visit Los Alamos homestead and look at a few of the artifacts around here. Kind of a neat place here in Big Bend Ranch State Park.
Put that limb riser to work.
We next headed for Sausalito Ranch, where the visitor center is located. There we'd replenish our water, pick up some ice, arrange to stay one more night, and buy a few souvenirs.
Picked up permits for another night here in Big Bend Ranch State Park and are headed to a different campsite. This is another group campsite and has a couple of shelters there which will offer a little bit of shade. We'll be getting in a lot earlier this afternoon than we did yesterday evening.
What you doing, Ray?
Oh, I'm trying to clean this grill a little bit.
Ooh, look at that!
A little cooking.
Whoa, what are we cooking there, Tom?
A few dogs. We got a little burger.
Oh, all right.
Big and little cow.
So, Ray, what is the Oklahoma contingent having for dinner tonight?
The Oklahoma contingent is having a Texas steak, which is more commonly called a bone-in ribeye.
That night at Agua Adentro Pens was a very relaxing one. Knowing we had plenty of water, we were able to take showers that evening. The next morning we were up bright and early preparing breakfast, then headed out for the highway that would take us on our next segment of this traverse.
What are we having for breakfast, Mark?
Oh, we're having breakfast burritos this morning. Except I forgot the shredded cheese.
That's all right. I've got you covered on the cheese.
Do you?
Yes.
Good.
A little.
You want more?
You want a little pepper with your burrito?
I
A
like
little
pepper.
burrito with your pepper?
It's day 3, Saturday morning, and we have left our campsite in Big Bend Ranch State Park and are headed generally to Terlingua along the U.S.-Mexican border, the Rio Grande River, and Mohr. We'll be driving Hen Egg Road a little bit during some of the day, and then heading into Big Bend National Park where we will camp tonight. And we're almost out to the highway here as we're leaving Big Bend Ranch State Park.
That's the Rio Grande River, another river flowing right into the Rio Grande River, and of course Mexico on the other side.
Panther Canyon. Maybe it's named rightly so, you say?
This is the movie set up here. We're going to stop. We're up here with this guy stop.
And Contrabando, right?
Hope there's enough space for everybody.
And we're stopped at the Contrabando movie set site, right here on the Rio Grande River. River is really flowing compared to the last time I stopped here at Contrabando. We left Contrabando and headed for Terlingua, where we'd replenish gas and water and pick up a few other supplies. We also had a delicious meal at the Chili Pepper Cafe, then headed out for Hen Egg Road.
Terlingua, and have filled up with gas, topped off the water, and are headed up to the turnoff for Hen Egg Road. We're turned off on Hen Egg Road and are headed on that, also known as North County Road, north side of Terlingua, about 11 miles. Get a nice view of Hen Egg Mountain.
Pull up here and go scope it out. Actually, it doesn't look like much.
About a mile from our destination, we came to the Terlingua Creek crossing. It was obvious that it would take us too long to cross due to deep mud at the approved crossing, so we elected to turn around.
This is not the approved way across, which is why we haven't crossed here. He's gonna make his own path.
We shouldn't do, right? Oh, Mark's video.
He said there's a spot over there.
That's why we're not going any further.
They think we're gonna feed them, that's why they keep trailing us. Oh, sure.
Well, we got off North County Road, Hen Egg Road, and we're headed back to Terlingua, stop at the grocery store, head on into Big Bend National Park. We're not going to be able to make it to Panther Junction in time to pick up a backcountry permit, so we're going to go camp in the front country at Cottonwood Campground.
It had been a great couple days exploring the remote areas of Big Bend Ranch State Park and Hen Egg Road. We were headed to Old Maxwell Road and a night of rest at Cottonwood Campground in the Big Bend National Park front country, then some further backcountry adventures along River Road and Black Gap Road.